Hey everyone, welcome to Reverse Homesteading. It is a lovely spring day today, currently 18.8 degrees Celsius. I'll put the other on the screen for you. And we're heading for a top of 21. Woohoo! That's hot. That's not hot for Melbourne, but it's hot for recently. It has been a cold, cold winter. So I'm happy for that, and I'm sure the plants are too. We have an overnight of 12. So that was not 0 for a frost, but that's all good. I might show you a couple of things and then we'll get to planting some more seeds. We're expecting some strong winds tomorrow afternoon on Monday, so I'd better make sure all my little Snowpeas are where they're supposed to be, at least as much as I can do. Wind them around a bit more. This little one's decided to be on the net. They're just amazing the way they reach for things. I'll have to keep it under control for its own good. I don't want it attached to something it shouldn't be. All these little side shoots are coming out, which is great. I don't ever trim my beans and peas. I just let them do whatever they want to do and go a little crazy. I'm happy for that. And these ones over here are still producing some little pods, but they're not quite big enough yet. Little baby pods. There we go. Just see a little pod here. More flowers, so they're pretty happy. I'll have to get to some more manure on the soil here, but I also have to do some watering before I forget, so I might do that before the seed planting. So excited to be getting to the next stage of seeds. Well, here we are. I'm starting to lose the light. We've got a bunch of seeds and a bunch of labels. Still sticking to things that are fairly tough. I'm not counting on there being no frost yet, but I do have my mini DIY greenhouse. You can leave a link here for it if you like. But let's get going. What I'm going to do first is to sieve my cutting / seedling mix, which is way too barky. And I'll see if I can add some coconut coir to it as well. We gave away a bunch of stuff when we left Queensland to come back to Victoria, but this was not going to be one of those things. Hubby made me this frame and it's got an insert that you can put in there for finer work, and I'm going to leave the fine thing in for my cutting mix, my seedling mix, and just get it a bit less barky and add some coconut coir to it, which is a bit more sustainable than peat, but just what I prefer anyway. As you can see, there's a fair bit of really barky, pine mulchy kind of pieces, which you really don't need when you're trying to germinate seeds. It's been a bit of a struggle with seeds. I'm not sure if it's me or the climate or what it is, but it's usually not this hard. Anyway, you can see the much finer mix underneath. Right under here it's beautiful and soft, kind of peaty, a little bit sandy, much different. So we don't need the barky bits, and we'll add just a little bit of coconut coir to it. Should have pre-soaked it, but the label said just add and plant, so I'm hoping that's true. This is the one I've got. It's from Brunnings, no affiliation, but it was cheaper than the one in the Hammer store, so I think I got it at Big W. They sell a lot of Brunnings things. The Hammer store do too. But anyway, up to you where you get your things, and I'll break some of this up and add it and water it in a little bit. As you can see, this is a much nicer mix for little seedlings. Holds together a little bit, so hopefully it'll have good moisture retention, especially once I water it in a little bit. So hopefully it won't suck up too much moisture from the Coir peat, which does expand quite a bit if you pre-soak it. That's probably advisable, even though the label doesn't say so. And yeah, we'll get planting. And these barky bits won't go to waste. I'll be putting them on my garden beds just to add a bit more that will break down in time. Alrighty, I have given this a really good soaking, and there's barely any water in the bottom of the tray, so it has sucked up a lot of water, so I'm happy about that, even though the label, as I said, didn't say to pre-soak it. Yes, I did go to Aldi today. Replacing the couple of ones that I threw away before we came down from Queensland because they were all cracked and broken. So back to 4 of these and 4 heat mats. So I think between that and the kitty litter, I think I've got 2 kitty litter trays, and yeah, I think we'll be fine for the season. So there are some more tough little plants in my DIY greenhouse outside, and they'll be fine without heat mats. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you're having fun in your garden. We'll see you next time.